Welcome to video number 3. In this video we're going to go through one of the most important features in Camtasia, and that is callouts. Callouts is a very powerful feature to use within your videos, and I'm going to show you exactly how they work right now. So in the sidebar you'll see a link saying callouts, so just click that, and then on the next page just click add a callout on the green plus button there. So click that and a box will appear actually within your video, and you can drag and drop this call out wherever you want. Now a call out is basically something that you can create within your video to create a call to action. So you can create different symbols, you can create a text call out, you can insert images, arrows, curved arrows, indented arrows, you can even blur something out. So for instance, if you did a video and you didn't want people to see a certain part of the video, for instance, perhaps you was going to log into an account and you didn't want people to actually see your email or your password, then you can just blur that out. So there's lots of different fantastic features that you can use when using callouts. And on the side here as well, if we go to arrows for instance, you can then rotate the arrow up and down and sideways, you see. And this is really good for things like squeeze pages, sales pages, and if you create videos for places like YouTube and you do any video marketing and you sell affiliate products from your videos, then you can direct people to the actual download link or the link to the actual sales page. I actually use arrows on some of my sales pages as well within my videos. I direct people to the pay button below my video. So this is really good to increase your conversions, and it's really effective. So this is definitely something that you want to get used to using within Camtasia. Now, as you can see, you've got a massive selection of things to use, so it really is just a case of looking through and seeing exactly what you want to use and what's going to best fit your particular campaign. As I said, it could be a blog, it could be your website, it could be for YouTube, it could be a squeeze page, a sales page. Any type of video that you create for the internet, then there's always going to be something you can use within the call out section. Now the text call out on its own, if you just go to text call out, this basically creates text on its own. So within your video you can write some stuff here and it will just appear on your page. So there won't be any boxes, there won't be nothing else. You can change the size of everything as well. Change the size of your text, change it to different colors, as you can see. And if you've watched many of my videos, you'll notice that I do this, and this is exactly how I create all of my text. Okay, you just let me put, there you go, all your text goes here. And then what you do to actually place your call outs in a specific area within your video, you have to go down to the timeline to adjust it. Okay, but this is how you create all of your call outs. As I said, you've got a massive selection of things to use on the side here. You can choose from colors, from sizes, from the fonts on your text, the rotation of your arrows at the top there, and you could put something here, and then when the video ends you can direct people to the link. And this is actually something I use on my squeeze pages to actually direct people to the opt-in box, which helps with conversions. So that's like a little tip. Now to actually insert your call out, if you look in the timeline at the bottom there, you'll see like arrow 1, and it spans from there to there. And if you just hover over the end, you'll see a double arrow appear. If you then click the left button on your keyboard or your mouse, and then you can then drag it all the way along the timeline, or you can drag it back. So you can adjust when and where you want your call out to actually appear. So for instance, now this video here is only 1 minute 16 seconds. Okay, say if we want this to appear halfway through the video at a certain time frame, all you do is then adjust both sides, and that is it. You just adjust both sides like that, and then what you do to actually make sure that you've adjusted it in the right place, you then drag this and then just click play before the actual arrow appears, like that, and then it should disappear. There you go. And that is all you do with the callouts. They're really powerful and they're really good because they really make your videos look a lot more professional. And if you can sometimes add text and add extra information within the videos, because sometimes when you explain things in videos, it's sometimes good to have the text on the screen in front of people. And this goes for anything, whether there's going to be, you know, as I said, videos for YouTube or your blog, your website, sales pages. It's really handy to sometimes have the text in there in front of you. And again, you can use any of the arrows and any other of the call to action symbols and the effects that you saw within the actual panel. Now that's one call out we've created. Okay, so say if we wanted to create another one, all you would do is go to where you want the call out to actually appear. So say if we're down here somewhere. Now you can either pause the video. If you don't pause the video and let it run, as soon as you click the green button at the top there, it will automatically pause the video anyway. But to keep things easy, I just pause it and then go up here, click add a call out, and there you go. It just adds a brand new call out, and then you go to the side here and then you just change the type of call out that you want to use. So it could be a notepad. So say if you want to include your notepad here, for instance, it could be another little bit of text that you give people, and then say if you want that to only appear for say 5 seconds, you can then go to the place in the timeline here, and then that goes from, as you can see, 55 seconds to about 58, so that appears for like 2 or 3 seconds. And that is all you do with callouts. They really are that simple, but the more you use them, the more fun they get, because they're easy to create, but they do work really well. And once you've finished with your callouts, all you do is just click finished. Okay, and then you can drag this button here across and just check your callouts to make sure they do actually work. There you go, look, it appears there, it disappears there, and then it appears there again, and it disappears there. And if you want to edit any of your callouts, you can just click that there, click the screen, and then that comes up. And also another extra feature they've got, or this is just like a little extra part of the callouts feature, is you've got all of this down here. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail about how this works because it's not really that important, to be perfectly honest. This is more like for people that are, or once you start to become a bit more advanced with using callouts, you can perhaps play around with some of this. But it's just, you can adjust the fade in, the fade out, okay, how the call out comes into the screen, if it slowly comes in, and over how long you want it to like fade in for. So that's really the icing on the cake. You don't really need that to actually create your first video, but click that and that'll go back down to the bottom again. But what I've showed you so far is all you really need to create a good video. You don't need anything extra when it comes to callouts. If you just leave the settings at default, that will be absolutely fine and everything will work absolutely fine. But that is pretty much it with callouts. They're simple to use and you can always come back to this video and watch it as many times as you want if you need anything or if you need to go over anything else. So I hope I've covered everything in that video, so you can now use your callouts. If you want to edit any of your callouts, as I said, just click on the actual callouts in the timeline. But once you've actually finished, make sure you click finished up there, and you can check your callouts by actually playing the video. Oh, pause that. By actually playing the video and then scrolling backwards and forwards on the timeline to make sure that your callouts appear where and when you want them to appear. And that is how callouts work. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the video. The next video coming up will be video number 4. So I will see you in the next one.